It's our first anniversary with a very, very funny man, Mr. Billy Braver.
Like a raggedy hand.
I have problems. I have a lot of problems. I'm not as happy as I look. I worry. I'm always afraid that I'm going to pick up a disease. Wherever I go, I carry my own toilet seat. I've had an insecure life. My parents blame me for keeping their marriage together. And when I was a kid, they weren't too fond of me. My mother used to come into my bedroom at night, sharpen the edges of the furniture. And she never wanted to cook for me. She felt it was a waste of time. She used to feed me live fish. I was never close to my parents. And my favorite relative was my Uncle Marty. I loved him very much. I was upset when he was killed. He was run over by a roller derby team. And my aunt took his death badly. My uncle was a hunting enthusiast. And to pay her last respects, at the funeral, she had him strapped to the fender of the hearse. I had a lonely childhood, and my parents figured I needed a companion. So they bought me a dog. The only problem was, it had an ingrown tail. I had to take it for X-ray to see if it was there. I grew up in Brooklyn, Bensonhurst. And my best friend was this guy, Bernie the Gypsy. And he was one of these strong, muscular-looking guys. I was always envious of him because he had large amounts of hair on his body. And I was never allowed to have any hair on my chest because of the strain it put on my heart. And Bernie came from a broken home. He never saw his mother. She ran away before he was born. And he grew up in and out of foster homes, and he was always in trouble with the law. Then he changed. He went back to high school, on to college. He even picked up a master's and a doctorate. Then he died. In the electric chair. Oh. I'm a neurotic. Paranoid. I live in fear. I very seldom leave my apartment because I'm constantly being harassed and called names like Duty Face. I live in an area where there's a lot of crime. The only friends I had were the people I met while I was being assaulted. They'd knock me down the ground, introduce themselves. One night, I was coming home down this deserted street when these two guys came up behind me, bodily picked me up, threw me against the wall, and forced me to take an enema. Best part of my life was when I was in the womb. I didn't want to come out. I had it made. 3 meals a day, no gas and electric. When I was born, I weighed 1.5 pounds. I was in a small hospital. They didn't have an incubator, so they put me in a rotisserie. In the morning, all my relatives come to the window, watch me rotate. But I grew up, I continued to look undernourished. In the summer, I'd be lying on the beach, buzzards would come. I was 7 years old, and my parents sent me to a military school in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was a brick building on top of a hill. I was separated from the rest of the town. I was the only kid there with a nose. The others were these short little Gentile kids with no noses, just 2 dots. Like Nancy and Sluggo in the cartoons. Most of the kids there were delinquents. My roommate was sent there for robbery and stupidity. He held up a chicken. And everyone was afraid of the headmaster. He was a mean-looking guy with yellow eyes, steel plate on top of his head, which attracted lightning, and a thick neck with a crease in the middle where he kept his pencils. I hated this place. I just had to get out. One night I was planning my escape. I was climbing a fence. I fell and broke my leg. Headmaster telephoned my parents. They ordered me destroyed.